Hey everyone, I wanted to talk to you about something that's real quick. It's actually a no-brainer, but it's for the ones who are absent-minded. Not so much absent-minded, but the ones who are dumb-minded. We have elections coming up, and our elections are coming up very, very soon. And I'm trying to figure something out. As I look around in my neighborhood, as I look around in our areas, I see the same potholes for the last 20, 30 years. I see the same structures that are tearing our communities apart. I still see the same non-community involvement from our council people. I still see areas with high crime. I still see our police force undermanned. I still see our EMS response is very slow because they don't have enough people. I still see the same things that we have been complaining about for the last 20, probably 25 years. And what baffles me, and the reason why I say this is for the dumb minds, and I hate to use that word, but that's what it is that you keep electing the same people and put them in office to give you the same results that you are always complaining about. You go to your friends, your neighbors, your co-workers, bystanders, social media, you complain about elected officials that you elect. But you elect them. You complain about them and you elect them. So people say, no, I didn't elect them because I didn't vote. Well, not voting is just as bad, because that means that you still give them the power to be able to have the numbers. Even if you go to the polls and you write your own name in, you can go to the polls and you can write anybody's name in at the polls, but vote. Take it away from them. The reason why they're getting in is because you're not voting. And another reason why they're getting in is because you keep voting for the same people. You love for your friends to treat you bad. You love for your elected so-called officials to treat you bad. And think about all the elected officials that you have there. And then let's go over to our Board of Education. That is a mess. You have the same curriculum that you've been dealing with for over 200-300 years. Same curriculum. From the 1st to 8th grade, they teach you the same thing. Then they put you in high school and they teach you the same thing. And they do not prepare you for the real world, right? No one's getting as much as they need when it comes to vocational, which is going to be very, very popular. They are not being trained for robotics because AI is for real. They're not being trained and they're not really given the opportunity to win. But here's the thing in school, folks. You can't learn about entrepreneurship if you're not being taught by the people who are entrepreneurs or involved in entrepreneurship. A teacher is a teacher. Their subjects, that's what they do. But our curriculum is broken. Our curriculums are outdated. Our leaders that we call leaders who are in charge of these systems continue to pimp our societies and our systems, and we abide by them. There has to be a time for us to say enough is enough. I just remember, not just recently, I remember we were on a call and they were acting like they knew what was going on, but there was nothing happening. They also asked them questions as though they really did ask them questions, and it was like, well, what we're going to do or what we need to do or what we can do. And I've always seen that language as nonsense. You need to vote for the people who are out there putting the work in. You need to put the people back in office, as I say, back in office, who are doing the right thing, who are out there fighting for you every single day, who's out there giving you the information that you need to improve your community, to improve your environment, and to improve the overall structure of our areas that we try to maintain when it comes down to businesses and definitely education, and our police force, our fire departments, our EMS workers, our hospital people who are there doing the best that they can with what they have. I think that there's a lot of things that we can do. So elected officials are supposed to be people who are really supposed to be out there fighting for us, dealing with the issues that we see every day that would allow us to be able to at least be safe. if not anything. And these things aren't happening. People are spending 10, 15, 20 years in office, and you keep getting the same results. Look at your educational system, as I said again. They may be improving the schools, but the kids are still getting the same results. Look in your cities. Young folks are getting out of school, and they have nothing to do. And if they do, give them something, you have to be part of a lottery. Right? There's nothing really available for them to do on a bigger scale. Look at that. Look at your officials that you are going to the polls to elect. And what are they giving them? What are they allowing them to have the opportunity to do? And the first thing they want to do is they want to overwork the police force to try to catch these young men and young women who are running around doing so many different things that may be illegal, is because they're just trying to get it right and understand it in many cases. In some cases, they're just bad. But we can have the enforcement to combat that, right? We should always increase that, enforcement. But let's talk about electing those folks who are out there doing the work every single day. I've been a part of systems where I've seen people run for this particular office, and once they lose, you never see them again. You don't hear about them again. But also, too, they never answer the critical questions. They never answer the questions that you need to know to give you more specific and details on the things you need to know. They will get on your social media platform and they'll talk about COVID-19. They get on your social media platform and they talk about nonsense, but they don't get on your social media platform and let you know about the budgeting, let you know about so many of the things that are upcoming. They don't let you know what kind of support they need to continue to build support for the young folks when it comes to summer programs or work programs on a daily basis. Our children are being left out. We're teaching our kids how to work for Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, all these other places, but we're not teaching them how to own it. We're not teaching them how to be ready for AI, which is starting to bring the robotics in to flip the burgers and the hamburgers, the French fries and all that stuff. We're not teaching them that. We're not giving our young folks the opportunity in their minds to look and think that they can be entrepreneurs. We're not doing that. Because remember, you're being taught by teachers who are not entrepreneurs themselves, who knows nothing about entrepreneurship in most cases. So you have to look at that. Once they've taught how to read, write, understand basic math, then we need to take them to the next level and say, hey, listen, we need to work on getting these young folks ready for the future. And that's AI, and that's coming very fast. Soon enough, our cars will be flying. Soon enough, our vehicles will be automatic. Soon enough, all of our stores will have cashless, no cashiers will be there. Soon they'll be to where you won't be even spending any money. Well, a lot of times in these situations, these machines will break. They will malfunction. Someone has to fix them. Someone has to make sure that they operate. Are we being trained for that? Are we being trained to pay attention to what's coming in front of us? No, we're not. They want to teach us from 1st to 8th grade the same garbage that they've been teaching us for the last 300 years. When we go to high school, they want to teach us the same nonsense that they've been teaching us for the last 300 years. I myself don't blame the young kids that don't want to go to school, because really you're not learning anything. Really you're not. Look at the depth of our educational system. Once you've learned how to read, write, and understand basic math, where is the opportunity to maintain or to gain wealth? Where is that at? Do we get that? Is it 100% failure? No, but it's a very high percentage failure. So we need to pay attention, folks, to what is really happening. It's no more 1960s, 1970s, where you have different systems. We're in a microwave system now. You push the button real quick and it's done. But we have to get our minds in a very advanced stage to be more ready for what's coming at us. And putting so many of these people in positions who are not aware of this, we're continuously destroying our system. We need to really understand how strong vocation is. Vocational training is very important, more important than you can realize. And vocational training is a lot of different things if you look it up. And we need to start preparing our young folks by the time they get to the 9th grade of how to be ready for the things that are coming in front of us. Not to get them ready to go to college to create a debt. Not to have them to go to college and stress because you want them to go there. Because all these things are going to be very small soon. And we need to really get our minds really in an advanced state of all these many things that are in front of us that we are not, giving the young folks an opportunity to do. Young folks want to make money. They want to earn money. They're not lazy. It's just that you're not giving them the opportunity to do so. Right? They don't want to work for Burger King, McDonald's. Many of them want to own Burger King and McDonald's, but they don't want to work there. They want to see real money. They want to see survival money. They want to use their minds. So we have to really understand that we are electing people and putting them in positions because they've fed us a turkey dinner, a chicken dinner, or they came by and supported our system and our program, but they're not answering the critical questions. They have not put the work in on a constant. They're not there for the shootings. They're not there for the burials. They're not there for the meetings about budgeting. They're not there to fight to increase the fire department numbers, the police, to give the police more of what they need to take our schools to the next level. They're not there fighting for that. What most people are in office for because they like for people to recognize that title. And it shows over and over again. Our streets are bad. Our school systems are old. We have a lot of things to fix. Our infrastructure is horrible. And for those who are running, that's exactly what they're doing. They're running. No one is actually standing still, the boots on the ground, and making this better than what it was. Just look around. Those people that are there, they've been there. If they've been there for 4 years and you still see potholes, you still see bad infrastructure, you see the kids without going to summer jobs, if you see our school systems are still the same, and I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. Now you have an accident, police don't come out. Many cases, you have to go to the police station. Why? Undermanned, understaffed. If that's still there, look who's in office. Change it. Give someone else another 4. Give someone else another 8. But I think it's stupidity when you keep voting for the same people, expecting to get something different when it has not done so in any way. No boots on the ground. They're not walking your neighborhoods on a constant. You only see people doing election. You really only see people doing election. No one takes polls. No one comes out and, create things to make things better. Our young folks are in trouble. Our young folks is in a lot of trouble because we have too many people who call themselves politicians taking up space. You need to stop voting for them. You need to vote for the people who put in the work. Look in your neighborhood. Look who put in the work. I'm not saying names because each one of us have different people. But you have the opportunity when you go to the polls to write someone else's name in. We may not even know the person that you select. To you, you've seen them put their work in. You've seen them change. You've seen them make change in your neighborhood. You've seen them make sure that the buildings are cleaned up. You've seen them fight for the Board of Education, curriculum change. You've seen them fight for all these amazing things you've seen them fight for. Write their name in. But why do you continue to allow the people who are not doing it to be there? They've been there 40 years, 30 years. I've seen somebody been in office for, they're like 90 years old now. Think about that, 90 years old. They don't even know what systems are. They can't even tell you what AI is. If they tell you what AI is, they don't know how to operate it. We don't need that. Young minds, strong minds, entrepreneur minds. We need to change the way our children and our young people think because that's what the future is. And then we give ourselves raises in these positions that we're in when it comes to politicians, and these raises that we're giving, that is being given to our politicians. We the people have nothing to say about it, but we put you there. You guys need to wake up and pay attention to what's going on, because it's going to be the death and the destruction of you. I'm telling you. It is. And if it continues to go that way, I just want to be one of the ones to go on record and say, I told you so. Right? So you got to remove people. You move people out of places that they don't belong, and put the people in there who's going to say, I'm here to do the job. I've been doing the job. Don't vote for people because they say, oh, I'm tired, I'm frustrated of this mess, I'm aggravated with this. We don't want those people, because everybody's tired, everybody's frustrated, everybody's angry about that. But you want to look out there, you want to know that these people have put their time in. And if they have not been elected, they sure enough should have been elected, because they have fought for you and many of us in so many ways without even thinking about an election. So anyway, I can go on and on with this video because I am angry. I'm mad. I'm pissed. Not at our elected officials. I'm mad at the people who keep putting these folks back in. And so I had to make this video. Okay.